It's not blinking. Okay, we'll
We
have to
already
wait for Paul.
decided it's not
No, there, it's
big.
blinking.
But we are going to prove her wrong.
It's blinking, it's blinking.
So last week we started Perik Lamed, and I want to give you like the background of what we did before. So the story is like this: David understand that he had nothing to look for in the area of Judea or the area of Israel because Shaul is after him. He cannot trust him anymore. He goes to the enemy's enemy, which sometimes is your friend, Achish, the king of Plishtim, and it's a good deal for both of them. For Achish, the general, the admired general of Shaul is on his side. He seems to burn all the bridges with his former king and people. And for David it's good because he found safety. David get something that he maybe did not expect. He gave him a city that originally would belong actually to Shevet Yehuda, the city of Tziklag, and again serving another purpose for Achish, because it's sitting on the desert where the Bedouin of this time, the people, the Amalekim, other nations are using this route for exactly what they use them today, for trading, trafficking, smuggling, etc. Today it's drugs, then it was apparently other things, people. They are trafficking people, prostitution, all kind of things, bad things. And apparently the Plishtim were not settling this place of Tziklag. This was Muktzeh, this was a place that no one wanted to settle. He gave it to David. So it's good to have someone like David there protecting the mainland from these invaders. So this deal was perfect for everyone. Problem was that, yes, David joined forces with Achish, the king of the Plishtim, but he never traded, was a traitor of Am Yisrael. He always thought about Am Yisrael, and when he fought against the Amalekim and all these people, he also helped the people who were sitting in the southern part of the Negev from these invaders. So David was a real patriot. He found himself in a very difficult situation and tried to enjoy both worlds, the protection from Shaul on one hand, and at the same time to protect his people, to the point that actually he risked himself. Because he told Achish, when he brought him all the good stuff that he took from others, that he bring it from the Jews, giving him the false impression that he completely doesn't care anymore about his people. Achish was very happy, did not ask too many questions. The truth was that actually at this time, David took all these goodies from the Amalekim, from other tribes that were around, and he sent it to Achish, actually misleading him and risking himself. Because the moment, imagine that one person will tell Achish that David is playing around, David would risk his life. So this was a very dangerous game. As I said, the major test was when indeed Achish decided to fight against Shaul. And let's think about David in this situation. David finds himself like in an impossible situation. On one hand, he's not going to fight his brothers, his Jews. We know that even Shaul, who was chasing after him, David refused to harm when he had two opportunities. So this was out of the question. Nevertheless, other people, he will not chas v'chalila join them. At the same time, it was part of the deal. Achish protected him so he can join with him when he needs him, and now he needed him. And this was the story of Perek Chavtet, where Achish indeed told him, I am going to fight Shaul, you come with me. David found himself in an impossible situation, only God could help him, and he did, in a very unexpected way. The officers of the Plishtim see David and his people and they say, are you crazy? You take this guy to the war. This guy is already like have an experience. He already killed Goliath, and there is no reason that at the right time. He's not going to turn his back on us and maybe to fight us. And they were not stupid, as I said. Our enemies, we think sometimes that they are stupid. They are not. And they knew exactly that this is not a smart move to take David with them to fight against Shaul. By this, David had to leave the camp of the Plishtim and going back to his city, to Ziklag. Wonderful. Hashem saved him. He did not have to make any choices. The officers of the Plishtim made the choices for him. This is wonderful. And this is how Perek Chavtet ends. And we start with Perek Lamed. And I have to say, when I came home, I reread the beginning of Perek Lamed, and I came to a conclusion that I didn't teach very well the beginning of Perek Lamed. I'll tell you what is a good teaching and what is not such a good teaching. A good teaching, I mean, not such a great teaching, is to tell you about what happened. This is not bad. But the difference between a great novel, a great book, and a good one, in a good one you read something interesting about other people. A great book, a great movie, you feel that you are part of it. You know this feeling? That he writes so well, you identify with this person, you are afraid what is going to happen the next page. In 10 minutes from now, you see, and you take it like it was your brother, your sister, yourself. How do we know that? Because really, the story that we have to tell, we are a nation of storytellers. In Pesach, that's exactly what we are doing. We don't tell the kids, that's what happened in Mitzrayim, and this was like this, and Paro did like that, and so on. We try to give the feeling that we relive the story. We eat exactly the same thing, the matzah, and we tell why matzah, because b'chipazon, we left Mitzrayim, and then the maro. We try not to tell a story about somebody, but to make everyone part of the story, reliving the story. And this is a great story. That's a way to tell a story where the people who listen to you don't hear about, they actually relive the story. And I felt that maybe I told you about David, but when I read it the second time, I started myself to feel like David, and that's exactly the feeling that I'll try to transfer to you today. So what is going on here? It's only the second time when I read about it, I started to understand it. Remember where was the camp of the Plishtim? Before they went to Israel, Emek Israel, they were gathering in Afek. You know where is Afek today? It's Rosh Ha'ain. Anyone was here, Petach Tikva, Rosh Ha'ain? Until today you have Metzudat Afek. It's a place with lots of water, a flat. The Plishtim were expert in flat areas. They never tried to conquer the mountains. They had their chariots that were very good in the flat areas. And how far is it from Ziklag? Okay, we read that David went back with his people to Ziklag. But now we are the soldiers of David. We are going with David. In the morning, the officers of Plishtim said, what are they doing here? You have to send them back. And they are going back home. And here, we are going to deal with two issues that the Tanakh is not telling us, because the Tanakh leaves us something also to think about. Number one, what is the distance between Afek, Petach Tikva, Rosh Ha'ain, of today, Elkanah, to Ziklag, which is around Be'er Sheva? How many kilometers, how many miles, you think? More or less. Yeah, all of you were in Israel one time or another. What?
100.
About 100 kilometers, 90 kilometers. I checked the Waze. I wanted to see exactly. So it's 91 kilometers. Yeah, it's true. Kvish 6, you take Kvish 6. That's exactly the Kvish they had. Kvish 6 from Rosh Ha'ain. It's indeed going from Rosh Ha'ain. going towards Kiryat Gat, and Tsiklag is like on the Kvish. Kvish 6, what is Kvish 6 today? Kvish 6 today start in Yerucham, Be'er Sheva, going to Petach Tikva, Natanya, Haifa, etc. It's the same Kvish 6. Okay. 90 kilometers. And think about it. Like they already went 90 kilometers to go from Tsiklag to Afek, and before the entire camp is going to the Valley of Israel, the officers see these guys and they say, send them home. And they send them home. So they are actually, in the last 2 days or so, they went something around 200 kilometers. You know what, even for trained soldiers, 200 kilometers, it's more than Masa Kumta. When you are in Tzahal, I did Masa Kumta, it's like 86 kilometers. If you are in a superb unit, you are going to have like 100 kilometers. That's a lot, even for trained soldiers. So this is one. We have to remember, like, people are walking in 2 days or 3 days, almost 200 kilometers. That's a lot. That's a lot. It means that they walked every day, I believe, 14, 15 hours to make such a like advancement. Okay, they had animal, they had donkey, they had maybe horses, fine, but still it's a camp of 600 people, 600 warriors. This is number one. But I want to ask you something else that we did not discuss. David is a general, a colonel, and he talks to his soldiers and he tells them, listen, Achish demand that we are going to fight the Israelites. Now, this is a small problem here. They are going to fight against their brothers. They are going to fight against the Israelites. Okay, they also maybe run away from Shaul because monetary issues. They were not, as we said, the highest of the echelons in the society. Fine. But still, what do you think? What do you think David told them before he took 600 people, joining Achish, and going to fight their brothers and sisters? You know what? Until last week, I did not think about it. He must say, it's not like he said, okay, you are after me, don't ask questions, we are going. These people asked questions. And I'll show you why they had to ask few questions. But what did he tell them? Now we are talking Tanakh. We try to understand what happened here. What do you think David told these people when they went, 600 people, 600 warriors, to fight against Shaul with Achish, with the Plishtim? Now, what do you think? Because I never thought about it before.
He'll take care of them. He'll
What?
take care of them.
He will take care of them. But
Provide
what about
for them.
fighting their brothers, like Jews, other Jews?
I think
I'm
he-
sure that they ask him, what? You expect us to kill our, like,
I think he
okay,
told
they are Jews, okay, we are running away, but you know, even a person who is running away is not willing to kill his family member in a war that does not belong to him. It's a war of the Plishtim.
He assured them that this was just a strategic move and that this would not really materialize.
And what will happen if there will be a war? I agree with you. He told them, guys, I have a plan. I'm not taking you to fight indeed with Achish. We are actually going to do something very noble, which is, you're right, what was the strategic plan here?
Maybe to turn on Achish once he's in the, somehow to, not either to kill Plishtim or to somehow not help Achish.
Not to help Achish, or even more. He told them, listen, we are there, and if we are going to see that our brothers and sisters are losing, we are going to help them. We are going to help them. I do believe strongly that the discussion between David and his people, and I'm sure that there was a discussion, was around these lines. We have to go, but I can assure you one thing, or we will find a way not to fight our brother and sister, and if worse come to worse, we are going to help them. How? I don't know yet, but for sure, as I said, David will be the last one to try to kill Shaul and his people. Because he had the opportunity already, he did not do it, he will not do it now. Assuming that this was what David told them, what did they say? What do you think they said? So you know what? Let's think about it. When we read the next psukim. Because it seems to me that there is a music here that we didn't hear in the last year. And here is a story.